20 years ago, Villanova shocked the world to win the national title. Now, all week, we've been celebrating that moment in history with our three-part series, A Cat's Tale.
Tonight in the finale, Ron Burke takes us back to April Fool's Day 20 years ago when the Wildcats reached the pinnacle of college basketball and faced off against the defending national champs, Georgetown.
Number 8 seed Villanova was installed as a 9.5-point underdog in Las Vegas. 5-1 odds to beat mighty Georgetown. Virtually all the experts gave them no chance. And despite losing to the Hoyas twice in the regular season, the Wildcats were extremely confident they could play with and beat Patrick Ewing and the number 1 seed.
There wasn't a fear factor, but there was in a lot of ways because Georgetown was an outstanding, one of the best teams ever assembled. But we just played Georgetown well.
We had a familiarity with Georgetown in regards to not only playing in the Big East, not only playing all season long, but once again, all throughout high school, camps, we all had heard of each other.
It was kind of a quiet confidence that we had amongst us and knowing what we were up against.
In addition to an air of confidence, the Cats also had in head coach Rolly Massimino a master motivator and an ideal tactician for the college game of 1985 that preceded the shot clock and the three-point line.
Rolly was the perfect coach for the game at that time because he was the master of controlling tempo, master of getting good shots, and without a clock, he was the master of spreading the floor.
Coach Mass said, anybody can beat anybody for one game, and I want you to play the game to win instead of playing not to lose.
He was as good as anybody at preparing his team for the moment and for the big game.
Senior forward Dwayne McClain, who'd been in his share of wars with Georgetown throughout his 4 seasons, wanted to send an early message.
McClain with a spinning move is tied at 20. He turned around coming back up court and spit on the floor like, take that, fellas.
That's exactly what I was doing, making a statement, letting everybody know, we didn't come here to fear Georgetown. We came here to make a match of it.
The first half was an evenly played affair, with the underdog Wildcats leading 29-28 in the waning seconds, when an incident between reserve center Chuck Everson and Georgetown's Reggie Williams shifted the momentum of the game dramatically.
I boxed him out, about a hard box out. I wanted to make sure I made contact. Reggie came around and half pushed and half slapped me and took off running. Now I started screaming at the referee.
It's a little psychological warfare.
That's what Georgetown was known for. They were an intimidating force. They had won the previous national championship by applying those same tactics. So we didn't expect them to change their hat much. They played hard, they worked hard, and they were well respected for it. But at the same time, we weren't intimidated by it.
There's a famous picture of Coach pumping his fist in the air as we ran inside. And then what a lot of people don't know is we exited behind our bench, and Georgetown exited behind their bench, but our locker room was really behind Georgetown's bench, so we had to cross in the hallway. And those guys were all snickering and laughing, and they're like, well, it's not a big deal kind of thing that, we're down 1, so what, So we used, between me getting hit and them laughing, Coach used that in the locker room.
Villanova was near flawless in the second half, hitting an astonishing 9 of 10 field goals. For the game, the Wildcats shot a mind-numbing 78% from the field. Point guard Gary McClain broke the vaunted Hoyas press. Center Ed Pinckney outplayed his counterpart, the All-America Patrick Ewing, and sophomore Harold Jensen came off the bench and was perfection, going 5 for 5 from the field. The result, Villanova's 66-64 victory over Georgetown.
That's it. Villanova has done it.
When that final buzzer went off, Villanova had indeed pulled off the upset of all upsets.
It was a wonderful feeling, and I hugged Jake, hugged my kids, and it was great for everyone.
Once it set in, it was just like, whoa, you guys believe this? And we just jumped around and hugged each other, and the feeling was just so special.
12 years in the NBA, and I get a chance to play with some great players with the Celtics, Bird, Parrott. NCAA basketball 1985 is what I am known for.
It was almost surreal. Everything becomes slow motion. You're looking around and you're looking at all the Villanova fans, and you're saying to yourself, this is it. Childhood dream has come true.
20 years.
Wow.
Unbelievable.